What's happening, my people? Welcome to Vertical Football Podcast and welcome to the Fans Corner. This is Manchester United Fans Corner. And with me, I have the most passionate Manchester United fan in the whole world, Mr. Shegun. What's going on?
I'm not passionate again. We are losing seriously. You know, Man U will make you lose passion, really.
Yeah, so, good. Because you notice I have to put Mr. Shegun because anywhere you see Manchester United fans, please check on them. Just check up. And in fact, put Mr. in their name, Mr. Amorim.
Just show them love. Show them love, really.
Show them love. And it's something that I believe that, please, if you are in a relationship with a Manchester United fan, please, this is the time to be at your very best. Care for them.
Don't be an added trouble.
Yes, just please. So, Shegun, we want to talk about Manchester so far. So, what do you think is Manchester United problem so far? Because I want you to just drive us into the memory lane of maybe how Ferguson came on board, because I've seen a lot of Manchester United fans saying, oh, Ferguson came on board, it was difficult, it was this, but there's another set of Manchester United fans that said it wasn't this worse. And I'm hearing a lot of fans saying Amorim is the worst coach ever that have graced Manchester United. So what is going on, Shegun?
I think you can look at it in two ways. First way is to look at it that it's all doom and gloom. Everything is coming to an end. The mighty giant called Manchester United, is about to fall. That's one way to look at it. The second way to look at it is to say that it's just like a woman that wants to give birth. These are the birth pains, or labor pains of something great. In the sense that Manchester United, obviously, everyone watching the team can see that we are trying to change the way we play in Manchester United. That's why I'm not so happy about some fans that say, why don't you return to the flat formation? The reality is, don't go back to... We've decided that we're going to go into a new system under Amorim. We're decided to go into a new profile of players under Amorim. And the reality is that when you're about to make such major changes, there are that labor pains, that bed pains. So I feel that's what we are going through right now. Not the other option, but this option that is not doom and gloom. It's not the end of an empire. But I think now it's just the bed pains for something great. So we have to stick with the process and support the manager.
We have been talking about process for the last 4-5 years. Ten Hag started the process. Now Amorim is starting another process again. And this process looks so horrible. And we are bringing in players that are not even Premiership proven. And can you see? Like, look at this Dogu guy, average player, normal player, but I don't see him as a Manchester United standard.
Yeah, definitely we've said it many times that now what we are doing is the system above the individual. That's what we are operating under. And when you look at it, I feel one of the most terrible decisions we've made. We have made a lot of terrible decisions in Man United over the years. I thought
you said one of.
But one of the most recent terrible decisions we've made is the decision to give Ten Hag the opportunity to start this season with us. I felt we should have made the decision on Amorim early enough. I feel that we spent close to £200 million in that summer window, and we bought players that we don't even know if it's going to even fit into Amorim's system in the long run. Maybe Ugarte, because maybe Ugarte was his former player. That's the only person we can bet on. The reality is, we decision of Ashworth and the likes to give Ten Hag the opportunity to start this season, I think was the worst decision, because now we've had to bring in a good manager that has his own style of play, but we are bringing him in a terrible period. And we are bringing him in a period where we don't have the funds to spend massively to help us. The reality is that there's always going to be pain.
Manchester United is broke.
Yes. There's always going to be pain when you are changing your system from a 4-4-2 formation with high-flying wingers to a 3-4-3 formation with inside forwards, wing backs. You get possession-based kind. There's always going to be pain. But if there is money, the money would not allow the pain to be so much. But the reality is, all we are saying now, there's only one player they bought for this guy. You can't really judge him. So that's what I would just say. Let's just stick to the process. It's
Okay.
painful. Let's stick to
Okay,
the process.
now that you're talking about management, Shegun,
Yeah.
let's look at this from this angle. You made a mistake by giving Ten Hag that contract
Yeah.
or 1 year extension.
Yeah.
What about the mistake of Louis Van Nistelrooy? He can just caretaker the team till the end of the season. Why bring in Amorim? This, I thought we spoke about this in our
Yeah.
our other Amorim episode.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, why don't you just give Amorim time at Lisbon, let him finalize so many things, give him situation reports secretly, let him know what he needs to do. Then now let him have preseason under his belt to understand which player is in or which player is out. So he can have a fresh season. Why? I think for me, this question seems like Manchester United managers, management are too rash in making decisions.
I don't want to look at it that way that they're too rash. Even though I know that the best time to have brought Amorim in, or the best time to bring any coach in, is the beginning of the season. I remember Graham Potter for Chelsea. Potter was a decent manager, could do a decent job, but the reality was he came in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
And it's always difficult for any manager to come to an already broken side. Amorim did not break Man United. Man United was already broken. Let's not forget. Let's not. It's just that
we tell you that is wrong.
It's just that in what he's trying to do, it appears to be that we are getting worse to get better. I want to be optimistic that we're getting worse to get better. But the reality is, I feel this half-season that Amorim is doing with Man United is his pre-season. That's the way I want to view it. Because the reality is, if Amorim had come beginning of the season, Man United players have something that they know how to camouflage when it's the beginning of the season. The likes of Rashford will still be in this team.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? The likes of Anthony will still be at the beginning of the season. So it's just as if we are postponing our suffering. Because if we still have to deal with having to say, let me test Rashford, let me test Anthony, let me see if they are good for me. You understand? But now he knows the players that are good for him. And the reality was this season, the decision not to sack Ten Hag after the FA Cup made it sure that this season was going to be a waste. We said it many times here. It was going to be a waste because we started shouting, why is Ten Hag doing this? Why is Ten Hag doing that? We did an episode on that. So this season is already a waste. The reality is that let us not relegate. If we don't relegate, if we don't relegate, sorry, I'm laughing. The reality is that I had a lot of fans, a lot of Man United fans call me during the week, surprisingly, and they were like, Are we going to relegate?
I think I asked the same question too. I think we are going to relegate.
People are calling, asking, what do you think is going on? Are we going to relegate? The reality is, I'm just a fan like you. I have no connect with the Premier League or Premier United. But all I'll just say is, just keep the faith.
Okay. Talking about relegation, let's look at the injuries crisis. I think Amorim can prevent this. Overusing of Ahmad in some matches and other. Now the squad is a little bit thin. We don't have much player like that. Now, my question is, looking at Tottenham match from the bench, we have about 6 young players in that squad. The only player that was in that substitution was Lindelof. That was experience.
Yes.
My question is it that we have issues with players having flus, players having injury? Now, Amad Diallo is out of the season. Out. This can be managed. Amad Diallo was playing wing back, inside forward. It's getting too much. There's a level that a coach should have said, I'm fighting Amorim on this, that he should have just said, okay, you know what? Let me try you. He has been substituting Zegzi or Elon. Sometimes you can just say, okay, Amad Diallo, you know what? I'm going to bring you in second half. I'm going to do it. Now we are facing a problem that our best player is out of season.
You know also, yes, you can blame him for that because I don't feel Amorim overuse players like that. I know Ahmad's case is a different case because Ahmad was the best player. And also when you look at there's no point. Man United fans also will criticize him if he benches Ahmad because you see the drop off of quality, the drop in quality when Ahmad is not playing for us.
Yeah.
The quality is even the last match
it was obvious.
It was obvious. There was no penetrative runs. Even the chances we had, that Argentine
At the time
guy,
Ronaldo.
Argentine Ronaldo was just so. The reality is, we need to build a team, and this reality we've not. To my own view, even when under Ten Hag, we've not really had that team. We've not really had that team, but I just believe that we need money right now because the reality is we are going to experience pain. Let me clear us.
So it's like Manchester United is going to a gym center.
Pain,
No pain, no gain.
Pain is a constant. What we have to just determine is how long do you want to suffer that pain for?
God.
And what will help us to shorten the pain is how well can we go into the summer transfer window and do serious business. See, let us not take chances. Any player that Amorim does not feel will work, sell him quickly for good money, use the money to buy another player immediately. By now, I believe they should be having 11 players that they can sign. The reality is the Man United is broke. We don't have the funds to be buying extravagant players. The reality is that what we're looking for now is young, promising players. That's our destination. We are going to the Brighton model. So the reality is identify 11 players that can do a job for you. Know them. Once you are selling, don't try to say you're giving a player a chance. We don't need that again. Let's shorten the period of our suffering. Sell them immediately and use money to buy another one.
Okay, finally, before we go to the last point, now I want to ask Shegun, what do you think Amorim need? Because the last match, I noticed that Amorim did not have faith in. I've been saying it off camera that Amorim doesn't have faith in Højlund and Zexi as his strikers.
Yeah.
Now, this last match, I was opinion that he should have just given Shidi Martins a chance. Maybe not the full match. Maybe second half around 60. Just try his best and let's see what we can do. Do you think Amorim need to do the vanguard thing, pushing young players quickly and let them help us out?
There are two ways to look at it. You can argue that he should have done that, but also you have to also look at it that even me as a coach, I would not want to. I don't. How many matches has Obi played for the under 21? Not under 18 now. Under 21. There's a process, and Man United is such a place that if he comes in that game and wins the goal for us, they want it to be starting.
Exactly.
And you don't want to see. It's a terrible thing to put the pressure of winning a Premier League match on a 19 or 18-year-old boy.
We did that to Rashford.
We did that to Rashford. We did that to Garnacho. The reality is, look at their colleagues at Man City now. Relatively, those guys are having the pressure of winning games is not necessarily on them. Yeah. Look at their colleagues in the likes of Liverpool. The pressure of winning games is not on them. So we must create an environment where our youngsters are not given so much pressure. Sometimes if they're giving that so much pressure and so much demand on them, it gets very early in their career, they will just drop off.
So you mean that Amorim should keep on using a player that will not score because we don't want pressure on the ball?
I feel that you can spice it up. You understand? I feel you can spice it up in terms of the likes of Højlund, just try and motivate them and maybe
motivate
10, 20 minutes you can give Obi. But fans also should know this because we need goals. And Obi looks as if he's better in terms of shooting than all those guys.
I'm not saying put pressure on Obi. I'm just saying that give him 30 minutes.
30 minutes is too much.
Okay, give him 20 minutes to perform. Rashford got under Ten Hag.
But it didn't really pay out because this is Rashford today.
No, that of Rashford is because he has people around him that are not giving the right information.
But let's look at something before we round up. Look at the last 5 or 6 graduates of Man United Academy.
Okay.
The very good ones. Anytime they come into the team, they are always like the people we look for savior.
Chris Igu,
Januzaj. Look at this guy Greenwood. Look at Rashford. Look at Kobe. Look at Garnacho. The reality is we are putting too much pressure on our youngsters.
I'm not saying.
So let's try and find a balance.
Man U fans, we also understand what you're saying. Now we are in injury crisis.
Yeah.
And right now, it's not about pressure. Next season, you may not have starting shirts, but you know that you are part of the team. We can reduce, but right now, we need to fight this relegation thing now. Abi,
I think we can give him 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
yeah.
No, finally, so you said you have 11 players that you want to sell.
I think we should be selling close to 11 players.
11?
Yes. It's
Oiland.
possible. It's Oiland. The reality is,
You want to
we
sell
start
11?
mentioning them.
You want to sell?
They're more than 11, but I feel we should sell Andrew Onana. Sell Andrew Onana. Sell, complete the deal of Anthony, let Anthony leave. Sell Marcus Rashford fully. Sell,
and Sancho.
Sancho's money will come in. Sell this guy, Oiland. Sell
Zexi.
Casemiro. Sell Eriksen is going finally, so that's another player that's going. Sell this guy, what they call him, Malacia. So we have a lot of players.
To sell 11 players.
Sell 11 players and bring in
11 players.
9 players. I think that's the best.
My brother, you're in a dribbler.
Or even sure, it's possible. Sell. The reality is we have how many people are working in the trans. It's possible if they are ready to do the job, and if they don't have the people to do the job, we are here. Call us, we will negotiate. It's not just call price. And the lawyers will deal with. The reality is they need to sell. There's some players that have been Man United that we should not be dealing with right now. Okay. Sell them. I believe our start, if you cannot buy a goalkeeper next season, even when we had the likes of Matejkova that we gave to Bayer Leverkusen, yes, like that. Even though we don't have money to buy a goalkeeper, let's go with Bayern for the whole season, please.
Oh God.
Or let's use Bayende as starting keeper. Let's do and carry Zion Suzuki as second choice. We need something drastic. Man United is a club that is dying. We need electric shock or all this in the foot. We need to be rejuvenated. We are dying currently. Charge us. We need something to. So the reality is, anybody, even if Bruno will bring 100 million, sell him. Let's get another person, please. That's what I was saying.
Do you think Bruno wants 100 million?
No, there might be a club that will value as 100 million. Please sell and bring
Saudi
one.
club, right?
If possible. The reality is, let's even start looking at the Saudi market to sell these boys to. Let's get money.
All right, Chagu, if you start talking about Manchester United issue, there will be the next money, 2 years money, 3 years money. Yeah. So you know what? Let's just leave it at that. We know Manchester United have a lot of issues. And I just want to say, Man U fans, don't take football to the heart right now. Don't brag. If you are bragging, please, it's not Manchester United. Just be humble. Be humble, bro. Be humble. So till we meet again, stay fixed to Particular Football and follow us on TikTok, follow us on X, and follow us on YouTube. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Bye-bye.